Hello, everyone. Welcome to another live streaming from HFM. As usual, we'll try to provide as many live analysis possible because we know that this is what helps you basically with your trading, with your understanding about financial markets. So, once again, a live analysis. This is your session, as we keep saying. So, please feel free to. Uh, Comment. I will see your comment. Ask me anything you want. Tell me which assets you want me to cover, and I will try to do my best and help you with everything. So it's a PMI day, right? PMIs are all over the place, even though that reminds me a bit of the last NFP. In the last NFP, basically, we have seen that data were a bit ignored. So that reminds me a bit of NFP day because it seems that the market is not really paying attention to the PMIs today. It's mainly paying attention to tariffs. Mr. Trump, his comments, what he stated overnight on the Oval Office regarding Mr. Powell, regarding China. So, in general, I'm not gonna say euphoria, but in general, an improved sentiment due to his comments last night. That's why we have seen that the stock market was supported a bit. So I'm gonna share my screen as usual. As I said, please let me know what assets you want me to cover. I will be here to answer anything you want. As usual, welcome Shiraz. Gold, of course, we're gonna see gold. Okay, let's start with gold basically. So let me just bring that up. So this should move over here. Perfect. So here we are. That's Swiss. Ignore it for a bit. I'm gonna get back to Swiss in a bit. You asked me about gold, so I'm gonna start with the gold as usual. So we had a really decisive pullback, right? So mainly, basically, there are few reasons for this pullback. Okay, this is a 4-hour chart for a for gold, 4-hour chart for gold. So we have seen a reversal from 3500s since basically a reversal for the last 2 days, 3 days in a row. So there are two reasons, okay? First of all, is the technical side of the market. 3500s key level, round number, another record high, so overbought conditions. So that's one of the reasons that why we have seen a pullback from 3500s record high. But also, as I said earlier, the improvement, let's say, in a wider market sentiment is what it has prompted, let's say, a reversal of having flows and the bouncing dollar. Okay, that's why we have seen gold and in general precious metals falling a bit. That doesn't change for the time being the overall outlook for gold. Okay, you need to be very careful with it. So overall, this is the daily chart, crystal clear. Trend is still on as long as we don't see a reversal below 32 32 the 32 sorry 3200s. The overall outlook, this uptrend that we have seen since actually initially started end of October 2022, and then back in the again in the last quarter of 2023 we have seen another resumption of the uptrend. So it's a long term rally, it's a long term uptrend. So the outlook, what I'm trying to say, that the overall outlook hasn't changed. Okay, overall gold remains positive. Something that could trigger a potential reversal for gold, it will be the hundreds territory, which is the latest um, swing low, right? The latest record high, basically. Round number as well, and our immediate support level as well. So now I'm gonna zoom in into the actually 1 hour chart, okay? So we have seen that um, as I said, there was a bit of a reversal of having flows into stocks, into a bit of into the dollar as well. Okay, but let me just zoom in. What we are facing right now, okay, high Kanashis, 1 hour candles, 1 hour time frame, high Kanashis. So where are we standing? Basically, we are seeing that the intraday momentum is negative, okay? So pullback, the short-lived pullback is still on for gold. And something that I noticed earlier, look at that, okay, is that during the actually in the European Open, we had this rebound faded really, really quickly. And actually, as we right now that we have entered the U.S. Open, we have seen a, a bearish candle. Obviously, this candle needs another 20 minutes until it closes, but uh, the performance of gold in the U.S. Session will depend on this candle close, on this candle, guys, because it's right. It's like a breath above 3,300 territory. Another rounding, another round number. And also remember that I have high Kenashi candles, so a strong bearish candle without any tail at the top, breaking the 3300s and also extending below the latest swing low that I have over here could basically confirm the continuation of this pullback. So what happened in this case? Use, I don't know what kind of an analysis or setup you're using, but I will just gonna throw a Fibonacci extension over here. I kind of like them, to be honest. Oh, yeah, my PC doesn't respond lately, today more precisely. So I'm gonna use a Fibonacci extension over here in order to find the immediate support levels and be ready once this hourly candle close. So I'm sorry, just I will wait a bit because it's stuck for some reason. It's my PC. It's nothing to do with the platform, I'm afraid. I'm having some troubles the laptop this morning. So since this morning, basically. So as I was saying, it's not responding. Okay, nonetheless, okay, let me continue, and we can get back in a bit as soon as it starts like it's not stuck. So yeah, guys, I didn't explain basically why we have this wider change in the sentiment. I don't know whether you're following the news. If you are not following the news, that's wrong. You should follow the news because 2025 basically it's after Trump's presidency. As soon as he was elected, it's all about the news. It's all about his comments. It's all about his statements. It's all about geopolitics, trade war. Everything is on the table. Everything, basically the market is so vulnerable, so sensitive to the news, so sensitive to comments from officials, that you need to be always up to date with the what's happening. Okay, so basically we had seen Mr. Trump attacking Mr. Powell this week. Okay, but basically he quickly took back, basically, he backed down his, let's say, his aggressive tone, his attack to Mr. Powell, and the fact that he stepped back, he reverted his comment is what has helped the markets basically, and what has supported the sentiment so far today. So basically, this in the Oval Office overnight, he stated that he has no intention of firing Mr. Powell. And also, there was a very interesting comment regarding China. Nothing promising, but it was a bit of an improvement, we could say. He said that he would like a deal with China, but if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the end. So it might be nothing, but it might be everything. It might be an indication that they have already started discussing, but it might be nothing, as I said. Nonetheless, his comments had a significant impact into the market, and that is also what caused, let's say, the added basically the pullback of gold, and supported um, the the stock market. Okay, finally, I have seen my finally my PC responded. Is not okay. Okay, so let me just, I would like to, as I mentioned earlier, I would like to add Fibonacci extension on this latest swing low over here. Expansion, that's the correct word, sorry. So, pam, 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 here. Oh God, why this is happening? Okay, it's not my day. Let me go back to your questions, guys, just to see what we can, whether I've missed anything. So, gold. Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. Please, I don't really understand. I'm a beginner. I want you to guide me. Okay, dear. Obviously, in a live analysis, I cannot help you, especially if you are new to trading, if you are new in general in the financial market. So what you need to do is start basically with the basics. And what I mean, not don't open an account yet. Start reading everything that you can find for free for financial markets. Everything. We have a lot of material as well, but you need to start from the basics. Also, we have some past webinars, basically recordings of our of our past webinars, and we have basically some of them are focused on the basics. So please visit our website and um, start with webinars that that focus mainly on markets basics. Okay, in a live analysis, I cannot really help you right now. So, do you think? Let me just. I will check your questions. Okay, do you think gold, let me share your question, the Dr. MC. Do you think gold will reach 2760 next month? Because from the looks of things, the market is in a major pullback after 35,000 hit. You cannot really, I cannot see this scenario, such a scenario yet. Why? Because as I said, the 32,000, the 3200, sorry, is a very, very important level. As long as the asset doesn't move below 3200, we we cannot really claim that it could reach 2760 or any level, or any basically any price below 3000. 3200 is a very important strong support level. Also, dear, please consider the fundamentals for the time being, at least they still support a strong, basically a positive outlook for gold. Okay, so unless if something changes, if for example we if for example we see, let's say, the Fed delaying further rate cuts, if we see progress in the negotiations, so if the US and uh, China or India or Europe reach to a deal, okay, within, let's say, as you mentioned, you did mention next month, so in a month time, then yeah, that could be possible. But for the time being, based on the fundamentals, based on what you see actually on your chart, uh, this is not likely. As I said, you need to rely on what you see and not what you think. It is a strong bull pullback indeed. You are absolutely right. It is a strong pullback, but the 32,000 is still a very strong support level, not only because it's a round number, but also because it was the latest swing high. Okay, guys, allow me a second. Okay, I'm gonna close my my platform and open it again since it's stuck. So I don't know. I've tried everything, so I'm gonna close it. I'm gonna get back to you and I'm gonna share again my screen. Just allow me to close it and open again to see whether it will respond. But I think it's my PC. It caused me a lot of problems since early this morning. So um, let me try and share it again. Come on. Sorry, apologies for the delay. In the meantime, please add your questions below in the question box, in the comments below YouTube Live, or in the comment section below Twitter post. So until, okay, so come on. It's a while. Morning thoughts on silver, thoughts on euro dollar, of course. Okay, until my MT4 response, let me check a bit also what's going on with the data. So let me check. So okay, the manufacturing PMIs are out. Basically above 50, so that's some progress that they have. Basically they are above contraction, while the services, also an improvement in services, 51.4, and actually even though it's above 50, there is a slowdown. There is they revised, basically they came short of expectations, they missed expectations, so we have seen basically a bit of a miss in services, but a bit in expectations for manufacturing. Let me change the window. Maybe this is the problem. Okay. Okay. So as I said, it seems that the market not really responding on the is not really responding on the PMI data, but mainly on the positive sentiment seen from Mr. Trump's conference yesterday night. So, okay, let me share my screen once again. I think it's okay. I just try one more time to share my screen and see whether it responds this time. Come on. I think it's the PC actually. Okay. Okay. We are back. Slowly. I managed to put the Fibonacci expansion that I stated earlier. And as you can see, our immediate support level has already broken. As I mentioned, what we need to focus on is how this candle will close and whether it will actually close below the latest swing low, which is actually it looks to be the case, but we have another lower low, as you can see over here. So 61.8 Fibonacci level breached, new lower low for the day, next support level at 100% Fibonacci extension, and basically the next two support levels rely on the 100% Fibonacci level and 161% Fibonacci expansion. Sorry. So if I put the 4-hour chart, you should focus on this candle, guys, because this will confirm the continuation, the potential continuation, basically, of this pullback that we have seen. Gold is bleeding. Okay, you're over dramatic, I think, Dr. MC. But yeah, where there is a intraday, there is a negative sentiment indeed. Okay, so let me zoom out a bit. Guys, I'm gonna use this instead because I don't know what's wrong today. So let me, so I'm gonna use a different platform. So here it is the same chart, gold. I will put the Fibonacci extension as I did. Let me just very quickly try to be quick. Fibonacci expansion, here it is, close. Okay, this latest basically swing low, here we are, 61. Can you see that 61 was already breached and broken? 61% Fibonacci, and as I mentioned, now the next immediate support levels for the day are basically on 3245, okay, and 3200 and 3187, okay. So very important candle. It will close in 5 minutes. So let me move into elsewhere, basically in the euro dollar. Someone asked about euro dollar. Okay, I'll be quick. Let's see euro dollar. As you know, in general, we have seen the major currencies excluding dollar in general in a rally so far this year because of due to the weak of dollar, obviously. The last 2 days, though, we have seen euro in a pullback. rejecting the 155.65 level down to 113 territory. That's the 4-hour chart. I'm going to zoom out down even further, and we can see that the consolidation, the ranging market that we have seen during the European session is over. The asset, look at that. So this is on the European, basically, this is the on the start of the day in the Asia session, okay? While since then it was ranging like for, I don't know, 10 hours in a row. And currently we have finally a break of the outside the range, basically rejecting the 113.70 territory and ready to close below this channel, this range market. So this basically indicates that sellers try to gain the control, to gain back the control of the asset. That's the 30 minutes chart, just to show you how decisive this candle is. And basically, this this opens the doors to overnight bottom, basically at 113. Let me be precise, guys. The low of the day is down to 113.07 level. And if I zoom out a bit, okay, and we can see over here, let me just, I will also change my candles into high candles just to see whether indeed the momentum change actually or not, just to be. It's high Kenashi. Here we are. Okay. And I'm gonna get rid of candlesticks. Yeah, okay. You see, after a lot of consolidation, doji mixed candles, you can see that we have the very first one that is a bit decisive, bigger, like quite big body, with a tail at the top, indicating that, okay, this is a very prime signal, but we that gives us basically an indication that sellers might take the control. So further confirmation is needed. Keep an eye on how this candle will close. Close below 113.70 could indicate the resumption of the pullback that we have seen yesterday for euro dollar, and could open the doors to basically 113, 112.50, and even 111.50, which is the latest swing high that we have seen back in the end of March. Okay, so pullback continues for is ready to be resumed for euro dollar. As I said, it's all about the rebound that we have seen in the dollar so far this week. Basically, this is mainly due to um, let's say the let's say how the fact that Mr. Trump's comment is a bit the fears of further trade tension, okay, and the fact that he's not planning to fire, of course, Mr. Powell. Okay, that's the 1-hour candle for euro. Okay, and it, okay, that's an aggressive selling actually into the US during the US session. As you can see, the asset, it did extended below the today's channel already. It's actually already retesting days low. Pretty bearish candle, no tail at the top. As I said, it seems that sellers are taking over the control for euro dollar. So let me What else? Can I make a bold gold pound dollar? Yes, of course. Let's shift to pound to cable. Let's check cable together. Very similar actually with euro dollar, similar performance. Overall, in an uptrend, pullback has been seen so far this week, especially basically since yesterday. Also, the fact that we had the release of UK budget today didn't really help. Uh, um, didn't really help the pound, and also the PMIs. In the PMIs, we have seen PMIs from UK hitting 29 months low. So what that means? It means that the US tariffs have a negative impact into the UK economy. They have they have slapped the confidence of the consumers in UK. And basically, the numbers in general that we have seen from UK so far today, they still suggest stagflation risk, okay? Regardless of the low energy prices, regardless of the so far strong pound, stagflation is still a huge risk for the UK economy. And that's why we might see a Bank of England basically reducing the degree of monetary restrictions further at the next meeting, because regardless, as I said, from the lower energy prices, from the strong pound, the numbers still suggest stagflation risks for UK. The fact that PMIs today reached 29 months lows, the fact that confidence is really is low, just adds to the negative to the pessimistic outlook for the UK economy. So yeah, uh, no question whether it will be a rounding top. However, as I said, also very similar to euro dollar, pound also broke the range that we have seen so far today, extended lower. And the next, yeah, basically the next support levels for pound as well are is down to the low of the day, which is at 132 40, 132.35 level. So let me just, that's okay. That's the overall picture. Uptrend, correction. Out of curiosity, let me see whether. Yeah, okay. No, doesn't really help. I'm gonna use high Kenash over here as well. And I'm gonna get rid of the. Okay, as you can see, guys, there was a bit of a warning for a pullback from the high Kenashi candles. The fact that on Monday and Tuesday we have seen an identical high, okay, that's a very prime signal for a possible short-lived pullback. Okay, not a reversal, just a bit of correction pullback. So it might be in a form of a consolidation. Okay, basically in general, this is a sign that for the near future we might see the asset either consolidating or having a correction. Let's say this is the case so far. Uh, okay, 3200 still, as long as the 132 level still remains intact, then there is nothing really indicating a reversal, and more precisely, uh, the the actual the key support level in order to suggest that the uptrend remains strong is the 130.70 level, which is basically the mid of this latest up leg. Now, any takes on dollar yen? Of course, let's jump into the dollar yen as well. Let me just put it on new. Okay, come on. Chart window. So zoom out a bit. Okay, that doesn't really need explanation. I'm gonna go straight into the 1 hour chart just to see the intraday performance. Can you see that there was a big rebound seen on the in the US Open, back to 142. Let me just zoom in a bit. Back to 142 60 level. Really strong rebound. However, let me just check something. And let me also like to add some moving averages as well to help me with the intraday picture. I'm gonna use the 9 exponential moving average. I'm gonna for the 30 minutes chart and the 1 hour chart. So 5 and 9 exponential moving averages. Okay. Okay, so far, bam, bam. Okay, so it seems that the short-term moving average, the 5 and 9, um, they have been bullishly crossed just an hour ago, and they still point further on the upside. So it seems that there is, according to the moving averages, some room, further room to the upside. Let me also check my oscillators, and more precisely the stochastic one, which is the short-term one. Yeah, so as you can see, it seems that there is further room to the upside for the next few minutes, actually. Okay, this is a 30 minutes chart, so be very careful. So the asset could retest the high that the day's highs at 143.20. That was a really strong decisive bullish candle. So let me just zoom out. Let's also use, if, by the way, guys, just to be very, very careful, if indeed we see the asset breaching 142.20, then you need to be very careful and keep an eye on whether this will confirm a rounding bottom, because a rounding bottom is a really strong bullish pattern, okay, that could, if of course it was confirmed, it could basically indicate a return back to last week's basically highs. So I'm referring to 140 to 145, even 147 territory. But we don't have any confirmation yet. This is a strong boost indeed. It seems that there is further room to the upside. Keep an eye. This is a very, very short time frame, 15 minutes and 30 minutes chart. So yeah, key will be a potential break of the day's highs, which is at 143.20 level. Out of curiosity, I'm gonna use my Heiken Ashes once again. Sorry. Lately I'm obsessed with them. They're really, really helpful. Yeah, bullish, 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 no tail at the bottom. So it seems that indeed buyers are in control. And the next resistance level is at the day's highs at 143.20 level. Or just to be on the safe side, 143 round number, and actually a level that has been retested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 5 hours in a row this morning. Let me check the news as well. Yes, I said manufacturing beat expectations, but services missed expectations. We have some breaking news actually from Mr. Besant stating that, let me see, stating that Trump's administration wants to help China and US to rebalance. Okay, it seems that this is what added to the positive sentiment. So it wasn't just yesterday night's overnight's Oval Office statements, but U.S. Treasury Sec Peasant actually strengthened the positive sentiment further just now. That's why we had this boost in the last 30 minutes. It wasn't his comments. Basically, he said that Trump wants to help China. Okay, that's a bit bizarre. Like it's okay. It's a bit shady. It's a bit shady. So he said a lot of things. Actually, he said that U.S. wants allies in order to rebalance the international financial system. That the U.S. administration is eager to work with the World Bank and the international and IMF as well. Uh, that in its yeah, he wants to help China. China wants to play a role in the global economic situation. Um, so yeah, okay, a lot of comments. So that now, and I understand why it seems that there is a continuation of um the positive sentiment because Mr. Peasant's comments just added to the existing trends and the existing sentiments. So gold should probably shifted further down. Yes, it did. Let me just, that's gold. I have returned back to gold. One, two, three, broken 61. Further down, next support levels, I said it's 32.45 and 32,000. And if that breaks as well, then we're down to 3170. That's immediate support levels for the day, guys. Okay, for the day, for this session. Okay, so it was Mr. Trump. Um, let me see what else is going on. Any questions, guys? Anything else you want me to cover? You mentioned silver, but silver should have been really, really similar with gold, right? Um, show all. Okay, let's open silver as well. Chat window. Sorry for the black background. I'm using a different platform, but yeah, something is wrong today. I'm in a demo account anyway, and that might be also a reason. I'm not properly updating them. That's also a reason. So, okay, silver consolidation in the daily time frame for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row, my dear friend. Okay, sorry, who asked for silver? It was Leslie. Yeah, Leslie. So here we are, 32, the bottom of the channel, and 33.15, the top of the channel. The asset remains within this channel. Intraday, however, I think is ready to retest the top line of the channel. Yes, so very careful, be very, very careful. Remember that for in general, if the market is ranging, what we are saying is say that a pullback from the top of the range indicates a move lower and a retest of the bottom of the range. So over here, it has been actually the whole day. It retested the 33 level. It didn't manage to break it. It's just retesting it constantly, and that's a neutral, my dear. That's neutral. That's still in a consolidation. There is nothing that indicates neither a move back to 32 level, neither a break of 33 of the top of the range, let's say. So for the time being, the only thing that you can do over here is just monitoring it. Unless if you are a different type of trader. I mean, if you're a scalper or something and you're checking the 5 minutes charts, obviously it has been in a rally for 40 minutes now, more than 40 minutes now. Okay, depends. So yeah, it's if you're a scalper or something, that's a 5 minute chart, guys. Okay, don't get confused, please. It seems that, let me just, it seems that the rally is still on. Yes, fresh, new higher high, no tail at the bottom of this candle, of this 5 minute candle. So it seems that there is further room to the upside. Okay, so 13, 33, 30, 33, 13 still on as the next support, resistance level, um, for the next few minutes. Okay. Um, yeah, NASDAQ, of course, NASDAQ. Stocks have been have they were supported, as you know, and as we said several times this week. If you're following us, if you have seen our articles, the stock market has been well supported this week. This is Nasdaq in 1 hour chart, but before I analyze the 1 hour chart, just let's check together, okay? The so far performance. We had a significant pullback, right? Significant pullback so far this year. Why? Due to tariffs, okay? Aggressive tariffs, trade war is negative for stocks. Why? Because it causes uncertainty. What uncertainty does into the market? What it does, basically, market participants seek for safety, so they move their money elsewhere. They move their money into the safety of gold, into the safety of Swiss franc, of yen, of silver. Okay, so that's why we have seen this decline overall. But so far this week, basically, not only this week, but in general in April, we have seen we have seen some rebound and consolidation. Basically, the asset is bouncing between 17,500 territory and 19,500 territory. Why? Remember that Mr. Trump has announced a 90 days pause. Why? Because this will give him um, um, some time for negotiation. That's why we have seen like a bit of a floor. We have seen some support in the stock market. Further support has been seen today because of all the things that I mentioned earlier in this live streaming. The fact that he said that he wants a deal with China, but if it's not happen, if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the end. This is what he commented. But also he said that he has no intention on firing Mr. Powell. That is responsible for this gap up today for Nasdaq. And if I am gonna put the 1 hour chart, you can see the gap up. You can see that that is slowly appreciating. Slowly. There wasn't like a significant, I mean, strong, decisive candles, but slowly, we keep seeing higher highs. And let me, that's the 30 minutes chart. I will try very quickly to add my short term moving averages, just to see whether the rally will still hold, at least for the very short time frame. Okay, it's very weak, Johanna. Still on, but really identical or really close highs the last with within the last hour, basically. And moving average, it's not a sharp slope. They don't really indicate, they don't really point to the upside. They point on the right hand side. So consolidation, question mark. Yeah. not really, yeah, not really, really something that gives me confirmation, let's say, at least from the technical perspective. Um, okay, a lot of news are coming from White House. White House will look at lowering tariffs pending talks with Beijing. So, CNBC reported earlier that White House will not cut tariffs unilaterally, but after discussion and a deal with China, a White House would look at lowering tariffs on Chinese imports pending talks with Beijing. Any steps will be in conjunction with China talks. So there are some further news. You need to keep an eye on it, guys. Seems that it will be very, very busy day from the trade war perspective. Obviously, the president of China will not jump on the first offer on trade. But it's not like that we're gonna have a deal anytime soon. But all these are quite promising. Oh, Brian, what that's supposed to mean? What that's supposed to mean? Um, okay, so what else? What else? What else, guys? Any questions? Any further questions? Okay, I missed this comment. I think gold will reach 3090 to 3110 today. Let's see what you're talking about here. Okay. Okay, so you're down to, let me see where you find this. Let me understand where did you find these levels just to follow you a bit. 3090 you're saying, and or 3110 somewhere here. Okay, let me see a bit. Okay, so where have you seen this? No, I'm trying to understand. Okay, but I'm not saying that they're wrong, but just trying to, let me check, to understand where you find these levels. Cannot really see it. They're not previous swing highs or lows. Okay, 3110, it was a kind of a support level back in the last week of March. Where have you seen, how did you spot this precisely, these two levels? Just to share it with everyone. That's why it's just, there's nothing wrong with your analysis, obviously, but have you based them on some indicators? Help us out a bit over here just to share with everyone why you believe that it could breach. I mean, that's a huge move. You are referring to a daily move that will be 260 points. That's massive. That's a massive one. I okay, I don't know, but that's way more than the average performance, the average move that gold um, has in a daily basis. Where have you based this support levels there, especially for the day? They are overstretched. They're far away. They might be for a weekly time frame, but for a daily one to be breached within the day it looks extreme. Okay, be careful. Okay, be careful. Be very, very careful. Okay, you are basically focusing on price action analysis, as I understand, but that's a bit over the average, way over there. That's overstretched. That's extreme. It's like you're referring to a free fall for the day, and it doesn't show this kind of, okay, obviously we are in a decline, obviously we're in a pullback, but you are referring to a huge sell-off just today. Don't know. Don't. I prefer to rely on what I see, what my indicators point out, what the price is showing me, right? You might be wrong, you might be right, but be careful. Risk management, please, please, please follow your plan, stick to it. Um, from a technical analysis perspective, as I said, these are the next immediate support levels, Fibonacci extensions, but also support levels that have been seen last week, and also the 32,100, sorry, which is the latest swing high back in our daily picture. This is it here, this latest swing high. Okay, um, so yeah. Okay, guys, any questions before I call it a date? Anything else that you want me to check, to cover? No one asked about oil, and oil has been in a fall, in a decline, a significant decline, basically. Something that adds basically something that raised the question whether we're gonna that this rally is over, and we gonna see whether we're gonna see the oil returning back to a year's bottom. So there is a very interesting channel over here that I would like you to keep an eye on. Okay, let me put my channels close. Okay, very, very nice channel over here. Okay, which is been retested right now. Keep an eye on it. That's the 4-hour chart, and a decisive close below it and further dip could indicate the return back to the April's bottom, basically $56, $55, and so on and so forth. Okay, that could be an initial sign of a reversal and a return back to the April's bottom. So keep an eye on the channel, keep an eye on any breakout outside the channel, along with the continuation below it. Okay, we need confirmation. So oil has been in a sell-off right now. The last, basically today, rejected the 65 level, pulled back, strong, decisive, basically pulled back, a really strong, decisive bearish candle the last hour. It's massive, as you can see. I think that we have news from OPEC, and that's the reason. Basically, yes, yeah, several OPEC members want the group to approve another accelerated oil output increase, and that's why we have seen this sell-off. The meeting will be on May 5th. So we have less than 2 weeks. But, as I said, keep an eye to see whether in the next hours, oil will confirm a break of the channel and a move southwards. This could open the door to $60, $56, and so on and so forth. Please explain what gold is doing in a 5 minute chart right now. Okay. I have the 5 minute chart over here. It's what I said earlier, guys. Actually, it's bridge and broken it. I did mention that the next immediate the next the top the top of the range, it was at 33. Sorry, that's silver. Sorry. My bad. So you said gold 5 minutes. 5 minutes, a bit of a pullback consolidation. Oh, okay. That comes in contrast with silver. Oh, So we have a bit of a rebound, but Florino, it's weak. It's a weak rebound. Why? Look at that. These are high candles, okay? Okay, indeed, one, two positive high candle candles, but the third, it's dodgy and with a lower high. So I'm not saying that that indicates a pullback. It doesn't, but it suggests that, you know what? Wait a bit. You need either a, a move below 3270 or a move above 3285. These are the levels that will clarify whether we're gonna see a rebound and a retest of 3300 or whether we're gonna see a continuation of the pullback. Okay, so let me see what's going on. Bam, 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 bam. I'm gonna put Fibonacci as well in this latest down leg. So for the next few minutes, keep an eye on it until we have some clarity, because over here we don't have clarity. Since you mentioned some 5 minutes chart, I guess you're a scalper. We don't have clarity. We need break of 3285, obviously no tail at the bottom, and etc., etc., or a decisive bearish candle, no tail at the bottom, below 3270, in order to have some clarity of the direction of gold for the next few minutes, okay? Because we're in a 5 minute chart, okay? For no other reason. Yeah. So that, for the time being, it looked like a short-lived rebound, because the third candle was a doji one with a lower high, and I have seen that I'm freezing all the time. Guys, any further questions before I call it a date? Any further questions before I call it a date? Okay, guys, my PC, the internet, I don't know what it is. They don't comply with me today. I'm going to call it a date. I don't want to waste more of your time. Hopefully, the recording will be much better than the live streaming today. Take care. Keep the news feed next to you, because, like the last hour, we had three important announcements: Besen, OPEC, um, and White House, and it has affected the market immediately. So please, please, please follow the news. Have a news feed next to you. The market is very, very sensitive to the geopolitics. Thank you very much. Have a great day ahead. Take care, guys. And we're gonna see you again next week. Okay? Thank you very much. Take care. And take care, basically. Okay, bye bye. Bye, everyone. Enjoy the rest of the day.